Hello everyone, this video is on foreign language acquisition, and I wanted to do a video on this because I've never really seen one like this done. So a lot of people in the past, and you can find lots of videos on this, have talked about using associations to learn vocabulary for vocabulary acquisition when learning a foreign language. And usually they use the simplest and most obvious examples that we really can't replicate in real life. So what I wanted to do today is actually take a list of 25 vocabulary words, which I put on this index card. I'll put it here. You can see that it may come out backwards on this because it's a self-made video, but this is the English side. And this is the side that has the Romanized transliteration of the Mandarin Chinese. So I'm not worried about learning how to read or write the actual Chinese itself. I'm just worried about how to speak, pronounce, and understand the words. So my goal is to take this vocabulary list of 25 words, which I represent to you that I have not studied. And I'm going to learn it in 10 minutes. And I'm going to show you how I do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to study the video for 10 minutes. I've got the time. I've actually got another cell phone here, so I'm going to actually show you the timer for 10 minutes, and I'm going to walk you through the process that I go through to learn 25 vocabulary words in 10 minutes in my short-term memory. That said, in learning these words, I will have to come back to them over the course of the next few days and even a week, maybe a week and a half, and review them. But ultimately, in 10 minutes, I can learn 25 words, and over a cumulative 15 more minutes of study of this list, I will have these 25 words in my my long-term memory. And that may be, like I said, over the course of a week or two. But if I study them for 25 words for 25 minutes over the course of a week or two, they will be in my long-term memory and I will have them forever. So first I want to tell you what an association is. An association is a way to use something you already know to learn something that you do not. An example is, the word in Spanish for freezer is congelador. So if I'm teaching a Spanish speaker the word congelador, which they already know, but they don't know the word freezer, I may say, for example, freezer sounds like the word fresa, which is a strawberry in Spanish. So a Spanish speaker knows the word congelador, and they know the word fresa, but they don't know the word freezer. What they can do is they can say, well, the word congelador sounds like the word fresa, which they also know, and so they can think of a story like putting strawberries into the freezer, fresas en el congelador, and they can say, when I'm trying to think of the English word for congelador, which is freezer, I can think of fresas, which is strawberries, and that's going to be a way that they can more easily remember the word. Over time, over a very short period of time actually, you forget the vocabulary word, but you still remember, you forget the story, but you still remember the vocabulary word, and that's how it works. I am a relatively fluent Spanish speaker, and so I learned Spanish to a reasonable degree simply by using associations. What I want to show you today is how absolutely imperfect and messy but very effective this process is. So I have these 25 vocabulary words. I'm going to read them to you. Apple, tea, cup, money, airplane, taxi, television, computer, movie, weather, cat, dog, thing, Mandarin Chinese, character, desk, chair, you're welcome, please, sorry, it doesn't matter, to have, look, listen, and speak. So these 25 words I'm going to memorize in 15 minutes. I've got the Chinese equivalent on the back. I am going to turn on my 10-minute video. I know this is backwards again. Maybe it's backwards, but it's a 10-minute timer on my kitchen timer app, and I'm going to start right now. So the word for apple is pingguo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of a penguin eating an apple because pingguo sounds like penguin. So we're going to say pingguo is apple, penguin. The word for tea is cha. So that basically means like chai tea. So I'm going to think of that fairly simple as cha. It's an upward tone. So that's going to be tea is cha. Pingguo is apple. Cha is tea. The word for cup is beidzi. So I'm going to think of someone swimming in the bay, and the word z I'm going to have to kind of memorize as I go because I can't think of a way to memorize it, but that's okay. Like I said, this is messy. So I'm going to think of someone swimming in the bay with a cup of something, maybe drinking the water in the bay, 杯子. So let's go to money. Money is 钱. So I'm going to think of someone maybe spending a lot of money having their chen redone. So we're going to say that they're having plastic surgery, they're spending a lot of money on their chen. Airplane, 5G. I'm going to think of an airplane having 5G internet service on it. 5G. Now, obviously, there's no v sound in the 5G, but it sounds similar enough that I can remember it. So 5G, it's the first tone all the way across. 5G, and I'm going to say 5G. The airplane has 5G. I've memorized 5 of these vocabulary words of the 25, so let's go back and see if we got them. So we've got apple, which is like the penguin, so 苹果. We've got tea, which is cha. We've got cup, which is drinking in the bay, so it's 杯子. We've got money, which is spending money on the chen, which is 钱. And we've got airplane, which is 5G, like 5G. Let's keep going. Number 6 is taxi. So this one's a little bit harder. It's got 3 characters. Chu, zu, cha. So it's all 3 the first tone. Chu, zu, cha. So I'm going to think of chewing on a piece of popcorn at the zoo, and cha. I'm not really sure what I can do with that, but like I said, we're putting this in our short-term memory, so maybe we don't need to memorize that. Maybe we can just say chu, zu, and then cha sounds kind of like chu. So chu, zu, cha is taxi. So I think of taking a taxi while I'm chewing on some popcorn, going to the zoo, and then cha, I'm just going to kind of have faith in whatever that I can remember. Chu, zu, cha. So let's keep going. Television. Dian, sure. So dian, I'm going to think of television as, well, first of all, I'm going to look at these next 3 words. Television, computer, and movie. These are all kind of technological aspects. In my vocabulary list, they all start with dian. It may go up like dian, because in this particular case it does, but let's say dian. So we're going to say dian. We're in the den, like a den in a room in a house, using this technology. So technology happens in the den, at least in these particular 3 words. So for computer, dian shi. So I'm going to say computer. Maybe television. Maybe I'm a child, I want to watch television, and I say, can I go in the den and watch television, Mom? And she says, sure. Dian shi. So that's television, dian shi. We've got movie, which is dian now. So I might say, when is the movie going to start? It's going to start now, in the den, dian now. And then finally you've got, I apologize, that wasn't movie, that was computer. So I say, when can I use the computer? Dian now, you can use it now. You can use the computer now, dian now. And then movie is number 9, dian ying. So ying is kind of like yin yang, yin yang, maybe we have that process. So maybe we say, this movie is very mellow, maybe it's more yin yang sort of thing. So we're going to watch this mellow movie in the den. It's yin. Only in this case, it's ying. Dian ying. So let's go back to this. Taxi. Chu, zu, cha. Television. Dian shi. Remember, it says, can we watch television, Mom? Sure. Computer. Dian now. We're going to watch TV. We're going to use the computer now. Dian now. And movie. We're going to say the movie was, I've already forgotten the story. So let's look at it. Dian ying. It's a yen movie. And sometimes that happens. You forget the story. You have to remind yourself. So dian ying. So it's a yen movie, very mellow. Weather, like the weather in the sky. Number 10. Tian qi. So I'm going to say, I'm going to leave 10 pieces of cheese outside, but the weather is bad. So it's going to go bad. I can't leave 10 pieces of cheese outside because the weather is bad. Tian qi. That's weather. So let's go back and memorize. Let's go back and study the first 10 words. Apple, 苹果, tea, cha, cup, 杯子, money, 钱, airplane, 5G, taxi, chu, zu, cha, television. Jian shi, computer. Jian now, movie. Jian ying, weather. Tian qi, I think it's tian qi, like go down at the end of the qi. So let's go on. Cat, Mao. So it's like what cat says, Mao. That's fairly simple. Dog is go. So we're going to say dog is go. So we're going to say we want the dog to go because we can't stand the dog. Get rid of the dog. We want the dog to go. Thing, dongshi. So I think dongshi sounds like donkey. You might say someone brought the donkey into the room. So what is that thing in the room? What is that thing? It's a donkey. Dongshi. Only it's she. Maybe it's female donkey. Dongshi. Then we've got Mandarin Chinese. Hanyu. So we might say, it sounds like honey. Like you're saying, honey, why are you talking to me in Chinese? I don't speak Chinese. Hanyu. So that's how you say Chinese. Character is zi. So we might think of a bee buzzing around, all these Chinese characters, zi. So that's 10. 15. We've already done 15 of these. So now we're going to go back again. Apple, 苹果, tea, 茶, cup, 杯子, money, 钱, airplane, 5G, taxi, 出租车, television, 电视, computer, 电脑, movie, 电影, weather, 天气, it's 天气, cat, Mao, dog, go, thing, 东西, Mandarin Chinese, Hanyu, character, zi. Let's keep going, we've got 10 more. Desk. Number 16 is desk, and it's 桌子. That doesn't sound like anything to me. It sounds like Jew, like a Jewish person, like the religion, O, and then Z, like the character, like the buzzing sound. So we might say, who's sitting at the desk? A Jewish person, Jew, and we say, oh, there's a Jew sitting at the desk, and we say he's writing Chinese characters, 桌子. So that might be a bit harder to remember, but we'll come back and study this a little faster, a little bit sooner. The word for chair is 椅子. So we're going to say that sounds like pizza. So you're sitting in the chair eating pizza, but maybe there's some pepperoni missing. You wanted pepperoni, it's missing, so the P is missing. So you say 椅子. So the chair, you're sitting in the chair, you're eating pizza, 椅子. You're welcome. 不客气. And you're saying, maybe it's sarcastic. You're saying, he's cutting cheese, and you're saying boo because you don't want him to cut cheese. Boo, you're cutting cheese. And he just looks at you and says, you're welcome. I'm glad I could do it because you didn't want the cheese cut. So 不客气. I'm cutting cheese. You're welcome. Please. 请. Well, 请 doesn't really sound like anything to me, but it might sound like change. So you might say, please give me some change. So you give me the change. Thank you. 请. And then you say, sorry. 对不起. So let's say 20 is sorry. He was sarcastic about cutting the cheese, which is 不客气. And then let's say he's do away with the 不 chi. Do away with the boo and then cutting the cheese. So we're going to cut out cut and just say 对不起. Do away with the boo chi. I'm so sorry I cut the cheese. Do away with the boo chi. I'm going to do away with the boo chi. Doing with boo chi. Like I said, this is messy. It doesn't make a lot of sense. The goal is to put it in the short-term memory. So let's go back. 16 is desk. Desk is, we said we're sitting. Okay, we've already done the 10 minutes. Let's continue. Desk is sitting at the desk, going to, it's 桌子. So it's 桌子. So I forgot that story. So we're going to say chair is 椅子. That means we're doing the pizza with 椅子. You're welcome. 对不起. Please is 请. And sorry is 对不起. You're welcome is 不客气, 不客气, like 不客气, 不客气. Qing, please is qing. Sorry is 对不起. So let's go back to the first 20 words. Apple, 苹果, tea, 茶, cup, 杯子, money, 钱, airplane, 飞机, taxi, is 出租车, 出租车, that's right. Television, 电视, computer, 电脑. Movie, 电影, weather, 天气, cat, 猫, dog, 国, thing, 东西, Mandarin Chinese, 汉语, character, 字, desk, 桌子, chair, 椅子. You're welcome. 不客气, please, 请, sorry, 对不起. So let's say it doesn't matter. 没关系. So if you're saying it doesn't matter, you might say, may I go on? 没关系. And then she, you might have to remember that on its own. 没关系. May I go on? She's driving me crazy. You could say, may I go on? She's driving me crazy. It doesn't matter. Yes, you can go on. 没关系. And then we're going to say have, which is yo. I'm going to say yo. I have a yo-yo. Yo-yo. So I'm going to say yo is my have. I'm going to say look. Look. What is look? Kan. He looks at everyone and is able to con them. So that's what I'm going to say. He looks at everyone and is able to con them. Kan. Listen is ting. So I say listen for the bell. Listen for the bell. Ting. And then speak is 说话. So I'm going to say, it sounds a little bit different, but I'm going to say he's showing what? Why is he speaking? Don't speak, show. Show me what? Show me what? What are you trying to say? Show me what? 说话. So let's look at these last few. It doesn't matter. 没关系. May go on. May I go on? She. And then have is yo, because I got the yo-yo. Look is con, because I'm conning everyone that I look at. Listen is ting, because I'm listening for the bell. Speak is 说话, because I'm showing what? Let's look at these 25 words. Apple, 苹果, tea, 茶, cup, 杯子, money, 钱, airplane, 飞机, taxi, 出租车, television, 电视, computer, 电脑, movie, 电影, weather, 天气, cat, 猫, dog, go, thing, 东西, Mandarin Chinese, 汉语, character, 字, desk, 桌子, chair, 椅子. You're welcome. 不客气, please, 请, sorry. 对不起, like do away with 不起. And then it doesn't matter. 没关系, have, yo, look, kan, listen, ting, speak, 说话. Now, let's go to the Chinese side and look at this. 苹果 is apple, 茶 is tea, 杯子 is cup, 钱 is money, 飞机 is airplane, 出租车 is taxi, 电视 is television, because saying, can we watch TV? Sure. In the den. 电脑 is computer. 电影 is movie. 天气 is weather. 猫 is cat. Go is dog. 东西 is thing. 汉语 is Mandarin Chinese. 字 is character. 桌子. I thought it was 桌子, but it's actually 桌子. That's okay. We can memorize that. It's a desk. 椅子 is chair. 不客气. We're saying you're welcome. 请 is please. 对不起 is sorry. 没关系 is it doesn't matter, because may I go on? she 没关系. Yo is have. Kan is look. Ting is listen. 说话 is speak. Now you might say, that's fine. You memorized them in order. That might have helped you. Let's do it backwards. Let's do from 25 to 5. Speak. 说话. Listen. Ting. Can, look, can, have, 有. It doesn't matter, 没关系, sorry. 对不起, please, 请. You're welcome. You're welcome is. It was 不客气, that's right, 不客气. Chair, 椅子. Desk, 桌子. Character, 字, Mandarin Chinese, 汉语, thing, 东西, dog, 狗, cat, 猫, weather, 天气, movie, 电影, computer, 电脑, television, 电视, taxi, 车子, 出租车, airplane, 飞机, money, 钱, cup, 杯子, tea, 茶, apple, 苹果. All right. So you might say, well, you've got these 25 words kind of memorized. You're not perfect at them. Maybe you don't pronounce them exactly right. Maybe you've got to come back to them, memorize them again. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Probably in the next 5 minutes, I will come back and go over this list again. Then I will come back in 15 minutes. Then maybe after an hour. Then maybe sometime before bed. Then maybe I will come back and go through them twice tomorrow. Once on the 3rd day. I may skip a day and go over them on the 5th day. I may skip a couple of days and go over them a few days later. I may come back to them 5 days later and a week later. Ultimately, I said it was going to be 10 minutes and I overreacted. I thought I could do it in 10 minutes and I couldn't. But maybe, let's say I did it in 20. I don't know, but I don't know how much long it took, but let's say I did it in 20. Because I can't see how, I think I'm at 20 minutes now and I had an introduction. So let's say I did it in slightly less than 20 minutes. I memorized these 25 words. So I'm thinking, in my humble opinion, you have to spend 1 cumulative minute on each vocabulary word you learn. So I spent 20 minutes on these 25 words. I've got to spend, let's say, 5 to 10 more minutes going over them over the next week and a half to 2 weeks to put them from my short-term memory into my long-term memory. And what I say is, if you're learning a foreign language, you can do this with 100 words a week. And at the end of the year, you've memorized 5,000 words. So the reason I did this video, like I said, is because a lot of times people talk about how to use associations to learn vocabulary, but to my knowledge, no one has ever actually shown anyone how to do it, or the process to go through to memorize vocabulary words in a relatively short period of time. You do not have 5 minutes per word. You don't have it. You've got to memorize quickly. You've got to come up with stories, and even if they don't make sense, and even if you can't directly associate with them with the word, the idea is put them in your short-term memory long enough to memorize them for 5 minutes, then come back in 5 minutes and go over them again, then 15 minutes, an hour, 4 hours before bed maybe, the next day a couple of times, a day later maybe once, 3 or 4 days later maybe once, and then maybe 5 days later, a week later, whatever. You're talking about 2 weeks to put 25 short, well, let's say 100, if you wanted to really do 100 words a week with this, 100 words a week from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. That means you are spending 100 minutes a week either learning new vocabulary, reviewing that new vocabulary, or reviewing old vocabulary. And I think that's a very fair assessment. If you're learning 100 words a week of Mandarin Chinese, you may spend 100 minutes a week studying that vocabulary. Now, the thing about Mandarin Chinese that I'm not sure about, but I'm learning, is that the words tend to be fairly short and clipped and fairly easy to anglicize or find an anglicized association. That may not be true of all languages that maybe have a lot of words that are 4 or 5 syllables long. So let's say you double it, and instead of spending 100 minutes a week, you're spending 200 minutes a week learning 100 words and reviewing old words. That's not the end of the world. That's not even 4 hours a week on vocabulary acquisition. And of course, there are other things you have to do. You have to learn grammar. You have to spend an inordinate amount of time listening to the language, even when you don't understand it. So what I tell people is, follow this process to learn the vocabulary. Learn the grammar slowly and naturally. And when it comes to listening, especially at the beginning when it's not going to make a lot of sense anyway, and it's just going to be noise running in the background. Just put it in your earphones. Find a YouTube video in your language. You can do that, and listen to it while you're doing something else, while you're working at your desk job, or while you're cleaning your house or whatever. Put your phone in your pocket and just listen to a YouTube video. And you don't even have to really be paying attention, but it rewires your brain to hear these sounds that may not exist in your native language. So this is kind of my thought process on at least vocabulary acquisition, with a few other additional things added, but I hope that was helpful. I will say something that I don't normally say. You can subscribe to my channel. You can click the like button if you like it. I think that would be helpful to me. I think it would be helpful to you. Those of you who are familiar with my channel know that I have kind of this hodgepodge of videos. They may not be very well related. I have one on how to clean, I have some on how to write, I have a couple on channeling that I've done from spirituality and all that. But I do put out some arguably interesting content if you are into certain things like that. I may try to put out more videos on foreign language. I work as a full-time writer and translator. I'm doing more translation than writing right now, but I translate Spanish into English. And I couldn't do that if I hadn't used exactly the same kind of associations I just used to memorize these 25 words in Chinese. So I hope that was helpful. I'm going to leave you now. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. You can send me a message. I will try to respond to everything that is reasonable and makes sense. And even if you say, Andy, I hate you and I think your method is stupid, I may still at least give you a like, because I think you're entitled to your opinion too. So that's my process for learning vocabulary. I hope you have a very, very nice day, and I will talk to you soon.